Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're going to be looking at the smell and taste of this blueberry honey. That doesn't mean it's flavored with blueberry flavoring. It means that the bees visited blueberry bushes, got the nectar from the blossoms, took it back to their hive, and made it into honey. And some of that fruitiness comes through in the flavor and aroma. So that's what we're looking at today. This honey came from a company called Sandt. Their website is pretty good. It tells the story of how the company was established by a beekeeper in the early 20th century and how it's been in the family and all their generations of people working the business. It tells how they were recently sold in the last decade or so, but they intend to not change anything and just keep working it the way that they have and keeping the quality up. And I find this company to have pretty good quality. I didn't buy several individual packages. I just bought a 3-pack. This is a pound of blueberry honey. It also had a pound of wildflower honey and a pound of buckwheat honey. So I think I'll do that one next. It's pretty interesting. And the wildflower will probably end up in a collection of different wildflower honeys, so it won't be reviewed separately. So I'll put a link down below to the company's website so you can see them, although I got this 3-pack sampler pack from Amazon. So we're going to move on now to the smell and taste of this honey. Put it on some food and in some tea and see what the taste is like. So just looking at it, it's a medium amber. It's a little bit of clarity to it, but there's some haze. So I don't think it was extensively filtered. They describe that in their website. Okay, now this has quite a bit of honey character on the nose, but there's also a graininess, a maltiness. Something slightly umami too. So it's very inviting. Its first one smelled like honey. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my tongue. Okay, there's some honey flavor too. It's not far from some wildflower honeys. So it's sweet, it's strong. There's something fruity, floral to it, but it's hard to identify. So I know it's blueberry blossoms from the label. But I'm not really getting any clues as to what the fruit is. You might say berry-like, but I got about that same note from the blackberry honey, which was honey review number 1 here. So this is good, fruity. It's also hard to say what the floral note is. So I don't eat flowers, I don't smell flowers that much. I know a few flowers that I'm familiar with and know their smells. And this is not like those, so I'm kind of at a loss for a description. But floral and fruity, alongside that normal honey sweetness that is familiar to most of us. So it's a good long time to die out. Let me get a little more and smear it all over more of my tongue. And I might get some different things standing out. All over my tongue, sides, back, roof of my mouth. Oh, this is very full. There's a caramely nature to it, butterscotch, buttery. It's very interesting and good, and I would think it would go really well on food. The sweetness goes on, even though the fruity character and floral character seem to die out a little earlier. It is sweet all the way through. And it's fairly robust in taste. So Seems like it would do well standing up to food. So I'm going to go back to squeeze bottle mode here and put it on a biscuit and see if I get any of the fruity, floral notes or just the sweetness on food. So this is just a buttermilk biscuit, one of those frozen ones that starts out like a hockey puck. And they're a pretty bland palate to eat the honey on. It's very sweet and honey-like. I'm not getting a floral note. I'm not getting that ambiguous fruitiness. But it's sweet and delicious, and it's the kind of thing you would want on a biscuit. Look, I'm eating the whole thing. Goes really well with the breadiness. Maybe eat it all. And once again, I have not pre-sweetened my tea, so I'll do it here. I try to put a tablespoon or so into a pretty big mug of tea. I'm thinking it's 8 or 10 ounces. It's pretty hot, so it should dissolve quickly. I'm going to over stir it to not get a clump. And make all sorts of mouth gestures as I clear out the biscuit. Crumbs. Okay, that should be good. It is a sweetener. Hint of fruitiness. Maybe a hint of the floral. But it kind of went away. So it's a good sweetener for tea, but it doesn't keep the character that I found in the honey while it was neat. Let's read some of my notes here. I said the nose is a standard honey aroma plus maltiness or cereal note, maybe a bit of a molasses note. I'm not sure I got the molasses today. The arrival, moderately intense fruit flavor up front, but ambiguous identity, which is a common thing. And then the development, I said fruitiness travels on with sweetness. So it's fruity and sweet in my previous tastings. Finish, a sugary sweetness lingers on the palate, but not the fruitiness. I think I said something like that. And no particular viscosity or creaminess, butteriness. There was a flavor of butterscotch and buttery, but that wasn't a texture that I was describing earlier. And on the food, fruity character barely detectable on a biscuit, also weak in the tea. So, I guess overall I'm saying that this is an interesting varietal. You can pick up a different character, but when you put it on food, some of that character is lost and not full and complete. So it might be one of those things where you impress your friends with it, but it's not maybe necessarily a good table honey if you want some standout character that's distinctive from other honeys. So if you like what you're seeing here, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down and subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell icon and you'll get notified whenever new videos are posted. And they should be posted every Monday and Thursday. And I am picturing something on the order of 25 or 30 reviews of honey. Some of them will be single product reviews, and other ones will be combinations or shootouts between all the different orange blossom honeys that I have, or all the different clover honeys. So It'll be a mixture of different things. I'll even have one video on honey wine called mead and on a honey liqueur called drambuie. So stay tuned for all those things coming along. So watch out for the next one, where we'll be looking at the Sandt buckwheat honey. And that's all for now.